I'm so close to rebuilding this $6 million Bugatti Chiron Persport.
A $6 million hypercar, written off, blacklisted by the factory that built it, and now, finally, it's running again. But here's the part nobody saw coming. The man who spent months fighting to save this car isn't keeping it. He's giving it away, for free, to someone watching right now. If you've been following this story, you already know it shouldn't exist. This Bugatti Chiron Persport, one of only 60 ever made, was smashed, gutted, and left for dead. Bugatti themselves looked at the damage and said no. No parts, no support, no chance. They didn't just decline to help. They blacklisted the VIN, effectively telling the world, this car is finished. Walk away. Nobody walked away. Stick around. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to see exactly how this build went from impossible to running, and exactly how you could end up behind the wheel of it. But first, you need to understand what this car survived. Because what happened next turned into one of the most jaw-dropping stories in automotive history. Let's rewind. This isn't some garage queen restoration where a rich guy pays a shop to make problems disappear. This is raw, unfiltered, camera-in-your-face engineering under pressure. The Chiron arrived in pieces. The gearbox housing was shattered. The monocoque, the structural heart of the entire car, had taken real damage. This is a part of a Bugatti that is never supposed to bend, never supposed to crack, never supposed to fail. And it had. Bugatti quoted roughly $1.7 million just to look at fixing it the official way. That number alone would make most people close the garage door and call it a day. But the team said no. And that's when things got tense. Because refusing Bugatti's offer had consequences. The factory didn't just walk away quietly. They came out swinging. Bugatti's own CEO, mate Rimac, went public. He raised real, serious concerns about amateur hands rebuilding a car this complex, this dangerous, this unforgiving. He warned that cutting corners on a car capable of speeds most people will never experience could get somebody killed. For a moment, it looked like the entire project might get shut down before it even started. But here's what nobody expected. Instead of crushing the build, Rimac did something almost nobody saw coming. He offered support. Quietly, Bugatti lifted the parts blacklist. The number came down. The door that had been slammed shut cracked back open. Just enough. That's when the real work began. And it was brutal. With official parts still limited. The team had to get creative, the kind of creative that makes you laugh and panic at the same time. A pinched coolant line on a multi-million-dollar hypercar, fixed with a section of rigid brake hose. The pedal that controls over 1,000 horsepower turned out to be nothing more than mold plastic underneath all that carbon fiber mystique. Small details, massive stakes. Every fix, every fabrication, every late night in the shop was one mistake away from disaster and one breakthrough away from history. Then came the exhaust, a custom system, fabricated from scratch because no off-the-shelf part could ever exist for a car this rare. Piece by piece, the front and rear halves of the Chiron, torn apart in the crash, were bolted back together into one machine again. And then the moment everyone had been waiting for. They turned the key. Silence. Then a cough. Then a roar that rattled the walls of the shop. The unmistakable sound of a Bugatti W16 waking up after being told it should be dead. If you've seen the footage, you know it's chills down your spine stuff. Because that sound wasn't just an engine starting. It was proof. Proof that a factory's impossible wasn't actually impossible. Proof that a team with grit, guts, and a camera could do what a billion-dollar manufacturer said couldn't be done. But an engine running isn't a finished car. Not even close. There was still a body to complete, including fitting a body kit worth more than most people's houses. Still wiring to finish. Still 1,000 tiny details standing between its starts and its done. Every video in this saga added another piece to the puzzle. Every setback threatened to end it all. And every single time, the team found a way through. Now, it's done. The car that Bugatti said couldn't, and maybe shouldn't, come back from the dead is finished. Rebuilt. Running. Real. A car with a story so wild that even the people who build these things for a living had to stop and pay attention. And this is where the story takes its most unbelievable turn yet. Because after everything, the money, the risk, The sleepless nights, the very public standoff with one of the most exclusive car manufacturers on earth. Matt isn't parking this car in his own garage. He isn't selling it to the highest bidder. He's giving it away to one person, someone in this audience, someone who, right now, has no idea their life might be about to change completely. Think about what that actually means for a second. This isn't a replica. This isn't a toy giveaway. This is a genuine, road-legal, 1 of 60 Bugatti Chiron per Sport, a car that, even in wreck condition, was valued at $6 million. A car that a manufacturer tried to write off entirely. A car that became a symbol of what happens when someone refuses to accept no as the final answer. And somebody watching this video could end up holding the keys. Why would anyone do this? Why pour that much time, money, and stress into a build only to hand it over for nothing? Because this was never really about the car. It was about proving a point that the people who actually get their hands dirty, who fight through the setbacks, who refuse to quit when a billion-dollar brand says give up, deserve to be seen. And the ultimate way to prove that point isn't to keep the trophy. It's to give it away. Now let's talk about what finish actually took. Because when people hear the word done, they picture a ribbon-cutting moment. One clean reveal. That is not what this was. This was months of grinding, and every single stage carried its own crisis. Take the electronics. A modern hypercar isn't just an engine and a body. It's a nervous system. Miles of wiring. Dozens of modules that all have to talk to each other perfectly, or the car simply refuses to start. On a normal car, a wiring fault is an afternoon job. On a Chiron, with limited factory documentation and a manufacturer that wasn't exactly rushing to hand over diagrams, every fault was a puzzle nobody had solved before. One wrong connection, one corroded pin, and months of work could be undone in a second. Then there was the bodywork. You don't just bolt carbon fiber panels onto a car worth this much and hope for the best. Panel gaps had to be perfect. Paint had to match a factory finish engineered in a lab most garages will never see the inside of. And remember, this wasn't a kit car. Every panel had a ghost of the crash behind it. Every repair was a reminder of how close this project came to never happening at all. And through it all, there was one thing hanging over every single decision: safety. This isn't a hobby car doing 30 miles an hour to the shops. This is a machine engineered to push past 260 miles an hour. At that speed, a single overlooked detail, a torque spec, a bolt, a sensor reading slightly off, isn't just embarrassing. It's fatal. That's exactly what Rimac warned about publicly. And it's exactly why every stage of this rebuild had to be treated like a life-or-death checklist, not a YouTube stunt. That pressure never let up. Because remember, this entire build happened in public. Every mistake, every delay, every moment of doubt was filmed, uploaded, and picked apart by millions of viewers and, quietly, by Bugatti engineers who absolutely were watching. Most professional restorations happen behind closed doors specifically so nobody sees the failures. This one had nowhere to hide. Imagine doing brain surgery with the entire internet leaning over your shoulder, waiting for you to slip. There were points where it looked like it might actually fall apart. Parts that didn't fit. Suppliers that went quiet. Weeks where the car sat in pieces and progress seemed to stall completely. If you followed the channel for a while, you know exactly which updates made people nervous, the ones where even the most loyal fans started wondering if this was a video where the story ends in failure instead of triumph. It didn't. And that's the part that makes the ending hit so much harder. Because every wrecked hypercar rebuild you've ever seen online ends the same way. The owner keeps the car, shows it off at a meet, and that's the story. Done. Over. This one refuses to follow that script. After surviving a factory blacklist, a public safety warning from the CEO of Bugatti himself, months of improvised fixes, and a rebuild so intense it would break most professional shops, the plan was never to keep it. Sit with that for a second, because it's genuinely rare in this industry. Most creators who pull off something this big hold onto it forever. It becomes a thumbnail for every video for the next 5 years. Instead, this Chiron is about to become somebody else's story. Somebody who's never touched a torque wrench. Somebody who never spent a single sleepless night worrying about a shattered gearbox housing. Somebody just like you, watching right now. But here's the part that's going to sting if you're not paying attention. Giveaways like this don't stay open forever. There are rules. There are steps you have to follow. And if you're not already in the loop, you could miss your shot at something that will never, and we mean never, happen again. There will not be a second wrecked, blacklisted, publicly fought over Bugatti Chiron rebuild giveaway. This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and most people watching are going to scroll right past it. Don't be most people. If this story hasn't already got your jaw on the floor, sit with that for a second. A car manufacturer said it was over. The internet said otherwise. And now, that very car could be sitting in your driveway. That's not hype. That's exactly what's on the table right now. So here's what you need to do. First, hit that like button right now, before you forget, because it genuinely helps this story reach more people who need to see it. Second, drop a comment. Tell us what shocked you the most. Was it the blacklist? The brake hose fix? The fact that the CEO himself stepped in? We're reading every single one. Third, if you're not subscribed yet, fix that immediately, because giveaway details, entry steps, and deadlines are going to drop right here, first, before anywhere else. Turn on notifications too, because when this entry window opens, it will not stay open long. This started as a wrecked car nobody believed in. It's ending with someone watching this exact video driving away in a Bugatti. That someone could be you. But only if you act now. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay ready. Because the story of this Chiron isn't over. It's just about become yours.